Yeah, I've been a big fan of Barry Jenkins for a little while now. So for me, it was everything to be able to be in front of his lens and for him to direct us. What an incredible storyteller! What a visionary! I think that he has a unique eye for love, for passion, and for relaying messages that seemingly seem daring and revolutionary in a way, to tackle these stories that we never really get seen told for the screen. So it was a special thing.
Yeah, all of that. But then getting to work with him, on the set, it was just, I'm so thankful that, my introduction to film was working with a director who's so patient, and I think patient with everyone, who's a part of, bringing the film together. So it gives us that room and that safety to, try new things, explore, make mistakes, and I think that's one of the, most special things about working with Barry.
Cool.
I hope that they really receive all of the love that's in the film and recognize the strength, that lies in all of that love. But then also see, these two fictional characters, these are real people. There are real Fanies out there. There are real Tishes out there. So then to also, recognize that these people, in these situations who are so often reduced to just to statistics are, real people who love and are loved too. So I hope they think about that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that love and hope are probably the biggest messages that Baldwin wanted people to take away from this story. That despite this tragedy and this struggle that African Americans have had to deal with for seemingly hundreds of years, that we can find peace in the fact that we love each other and we're going to support each other, and that's going to be sort of the thread that's going to help us survive.
Cool.
For me, it was Khalif Browder, a young man who in 2010 was charged with petty crime of a backpack, petty theft rather of a backpack, and in order to maintain his innocence, he pleaded not guilty, and was given 3 years on Rikers Island, 2.5 of which he spent in solitary confinement. And it just boggled my mind that we had this 16-year-old boy in this situation, that a system that is supposed to protect us has failed this young man, and it's failing so many other young black men across this country, and has for years. And for me, Khalif's story was only one of so many stories. So I just felt like if I could be the voice, the vessel, to speak for these voiceless young men, then I was doing my job. And so that that was probably the biggest motivator in me wanting to play Fani and me wanting to be a part of this film.
I also looked at, Khalif Browder's story, but for me it was more so paying attention to, how that situation affected the people that were left behind, his family and what they were going through as they were fighting, to get him out of there and trying to make sense of something that just, it was so ridiculous and just so unfair and painful. But then I also, leaned into my personal experiences with my family, and just thinking about, my relationship with my mom and my brothers, and, what does that love look like, and how does that fill me up and get me through, just life on a day-to-day. So those are I think my biggest things that I pulled from.
本年度アカデミー賞最有力アカデミー賞作品賞ムーンライトの監督がずっと夢見ていた運命のラブストーリー
I've never been more ready for anything in my whole life.
We are drinking to new life. Tish gonna have Fani's baby.
I hope it's a boy.
We're gonna have a baby. I'll have you out of here before then.
You sure about that?
He's about to pay for some something he didn't do.
We've been looking for a long time. Don't seem to me like there's a reason to treat two Negroes so nicely.
Pretty simple. I dig people who love each other.
These are our children, and we gotta set them free.
世界が震えた運命の二人の愛の物語。
You ready for this?
Don't panic now. Trust it all away.
ビールストリートの恋人たち。